Hi there, this is Dr. Evan Osar with the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education. Welcome to this edition of Integrative Movement Insider. And this is the third series of IMI for the year of 2019. And Janice and I are rededicating this year to health and fitness professionals just like you to help you become the go-to resource for your current clients so that you become that resource for them so that they can safely and effectively accomplish their health and fitness goals. And so that you can attract more individuals that want, need, and will pay you for your expertise. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for allowing me to share this information with you. And Janice and I are just about to jump on a plane and head over to South Korea and share this information with a group of chiropractors there. And we're going to share with them the three principles of the integrative movement system: alignment, breathing, and control. Because that's essentially how you help your clients create and ultimately maintain more optimal and efficient posture and movement, and really deal with chronic tightness, discomfort, and or the inability to perform at the levels they need to, want to, or do the things that they love to do. And while we're on this topic of tightness, somebody wrote in to me and asked me, I've been watching your videos, I got your book, I read your book, and my client still feels like they're tight all the time. And they say, I need to stretch, or I need to go get a massage, or maybe I need to do yoga. Is there anything I'm doing wrong, or is there anything I can tell them to add to their program? Of course, there's things that your client can do or be more proactive with. They could do more myofascial release. They could do more appropriate stretching and or getting out of their chair more at work. They could also get regular massages and or chiropractic type of work to help maintain mobility, flexibility, range of motion, and generally just an overall sense of well-being. However, there's one thing that we find most consistently in our own clients and patients when they present with chronic tightness. And that one thing is how the client is breathing. And that's why breathing is one of the three principles of the integrative movement system: alignment, breathing, and control. Because when your client doesn't breathe right, or I should say, when I say breathe right, it's really more they're not breathing optimally and or efficiently, they will have chronic tightness or experience chronic tightness. Number one, because they may be overusing accessory muscles of respiration, like pectoralis minor, like their SCM, which are two muscles that will contribute to that forward head and shoulder posture and create that sort of sense of tightness or restriction. They also, when they're not using an optimal breathing strategy, they're not creating mobility of the rib cage, the organs, the spine, as well as the pelvis, which all happen when the individual is using an optimal and efficient three-dimensional breathing strategy. So shallow breathing, not allowing the individual, or when the individual does not breathe into their rib cage, front to back and side to side, they will not create the mobility that should happen as a natural consequence of breathing in that three-dimensional fashion. And then the third reason why breathing is so important to chronic tightness, or how it relates to chronic tightness, is the more shallow and rapid the breathing is, the more the individual stays in that sympathetic nervous system state, which is more anxious, agitated, and more tight, or that's a result of that type of breathing strategy. So the more deep the client is breathing, the more three-dimensional, which means top to bottom, from the first rib all the way down to the pelvic floor, side to side through the rib cage, as well as front to back, the more the individual is able to breathe in that three-dimensional manner, the more they're able to tap into and upregulate the parasympathetic nervous system, that relaxation state, and decrease that sympathetic tone and tension that they'll generally feel with the shallow and rapid type of breathing. Now, there's many ways to teach three-dimensional breathing. One of the most effective ways that we have found to teach our clients and patients three-dimensional breathing is with the use of a strap, like a yoga strap. So what we have our clients do is we generally will have them lying down. So again, we'll use a variety of positions, but we'll have them lying down on their back with their head supported, so their head is in alignment with their torso, the rib cage and pelvis are aligned, their feet are generally up on the wall or on top of a block or chair. And what we have them do is wrap the yoga strap around their rib cage like so, and then cross the strap over like this, and just very gently tug it in. And what you're going to see is as I breathe in, you're going to see the yoga strap expand. And then breathe out. Breathe in, and then breathe out. I'll turn around because it's important that the individual also gets expansion, like I said, side to side as well as front to back. So that way, you're helping your client create that more optimal and efficient strategy by using their entire thoracolpelvic cylinder. The thorax, so the rib cage, as well as thoracic spine, their abdominal area, as well as their pelvis. The entire thoracolpelvic cylinder, thorax, abdominal, and pelvic regions should contribute to that three-dimensional breathing strategy. So three-dimensional breathing is not belly breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing is synonymous with three-dimensional breathing. So the more you use the diaphragm, the more optimal three-dimensional breathing is. The more optimal three-dimensional breathing is, the more optimally the individual is using their diaphragm. And that's the #1 strategy to addressing and alleviating chronic tightness. So when your client says to you, I feel tight all the time, yes, they need more myofascial release. Oftentimes they need more myofascial release. Yes, they need to move around more. Yes, they need to do the appropriate exercises. Yes, they'll benefit from massage and or chiropractic quite often. And yes, they need to spend more time and put more attention into the three-dimensional breathing strategy. Teach them how to breathe into the yoga strap 3 to 5 times a day, 3 to 5 breaths, and see how much their chronic tightness changes just after a week of doing that. And if they don't have a yoga strap, they can also just put their hands on their rib cage and do it in this manner as well. Just breathing into their hands and have them breathe through their nose, keeping their mouth closed, and then breathe out. And trying to breathe out twice as long as they breathe in. One of the most effective ways for helping your clients with chronic tightness, as well as helping them improve their posture, because the more they breathe into their thoracolpelvic cylinder, the more upright they'll be, the less chronically tight they'll be, and the more efficient they'll be in their posture as well as their movement, and their stabilization will improve as well. So this is Dr. Evan Osar with the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education, sharing with you the best practice strategies for working with your general population clientele so that you can be the go-to resource for your current clients and attract more individuals that want, need, and will pay you for your expertise. And if you're looking for more resources on how to become that go-to specialist, check out the Integrative Corrective Exercise Instructor Certification Program, as well as the Integrative Movement Specialist Certification Programs. We have those courses starting this year. We're headed over, like I said, to Korea to bring the Integrative Corrective Exercise Instructor Program over there. And we're also having another Integrative Corrective Exercise Instructor Program on the East Coast the first weekend of February. And a brand new group of Integrative Movement Specialists is starting this February. So check out iihfe.com for more information on either one of those programs and to see where the locations are for the Integrative Corrective Exercise Instructor Program. So we look forward to seeing you at a course, workshop, and or event this year. Make it a great day, and we'll come back with more information live from Korea. Look forward to seeing you from the other side of the world if you're over here in the States. And if you're over in Asia, look forward to being over in your area of the world. Take care, make it a great day.